there's only two things better than a $2 game. That would be a $1 game and a completely free game. But at the same time, that technically isn't right, because a game that's $1.50 would also be better than a $2 game as well. And you could do that with all the cents. So technically, there's a lot of things better than a $2 game. But what you would be surprised is that there is a lot of value to be had at that $2 price point. What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am your host, MICFURY, and I make informative videos just like this one. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. And welcome to Jargon, and this is the ultimate video game buying guide. Hashtag Nintendo, hashtag $2? Question mark confusion. But we're going to be talking about 5 games that I believe to be excellent bang for your bucks. And this is a video, again, they're supposed to be evergreen. You can always come back to these because I do believe that they're only going to grow in size. In other words, there's going to be more games added to that $2 section, and I'll try to continually throughout the week provide you guys with these games for you guys to save money. But without further ado, here are the best games you can find on the Nintendo Switch for only $2. At number 5, we have the interesting. We have the Cold War espionage XCOM-like, known as Phantom Doctrine. Now, the Cold War aspect of it is already interesting enough. It definitely had me at that point because that is one of the least explored points in video games, at least to a certain degree. And it is one thing that I love about Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, but that's a conversation for a completely other day. Phantom Doctrine is at its core a XCOM-like. You will need to complete missions, you will need to gather intel, you need to complete basically side objectives, you will need to gather different agents, fire the ones that don't work or fire the ones that are completely useless. You will also get to heal them, you get to improve their arsenals by changing their guns, weapons. There's a little bit of customization here or there. The game actually even allows you to play either from the KGB side or the CIA side, and it is extremely interesting. Very few games are like this, not only in terms of XCOM likes, because I think XCOM in general kind of dominates the genre, the tactical RPG or strategy RPG genre, along with those, you know, the Fire Emblems of the world. But for an indie game to actually do an XCOM like and do this well, it's nothing short of impressive. So definitely go ahead and check out Phantom Doctrine. You can find it on sale for $2, literally $2, and it has an amazing runtime where you can invest around 40 to 50 to even 60 hours worth of gameplay on what is an incredible game to have on your Switch. Phantom Doctrine is my number 5. At number 4, harness your inner thug with Thief Simulator. Yo, I can't lie to you guys. This is one of my guilty pleasures. It allows you to relive, and it's almost like, to a certain degree, the same satisfaction I feel when I play Dead by Daylight. It is the same satisfaction I feel when I play Bum Simulator or when I play Drug Dealer Simulator. Simulator games are legit, and they're fun and ridiculous, and it allows you to live a world where you would never do any of these things, but it's so much fun. So definitely Thief Simulator is a guilty pleasure of mine. Going into other people's houses, stealing all their valuables, bringing them back to your little garage, your little hut, and basically selling them off to the highest bidder. Or even better, you eventually unlock the black market where you could get valuable items and sell it on the dark web. Like, that is awesome. Then you can improve your equipment, get better lockpicks, get a better vehicle, and so on and so forth. There's even DLC coming out with more luxury houses, and they continue to update it as well. And I'm just so happy that it is part of that, those kind of games where they just continue to pour out content, add different houses, add different areas. You can complete missions, and again, there's a little bit of customization here and there, but at the end of the day, you're basically a thief and you're really good at what you do. And being able to get this game, and again, this has even more content than the last game. You can definitely just go in and pour 50, 60, 70. You could pour in a bunch of hours and really lose track of time, or you could literally take it slow by just doing mission by mission and eventually working up to where, holy crap, I absolutely love this game. So definitely that's how it got me, and I absolutely love it. Thief Simulator for $2 with almost unlimited replayability is my number 4. At number 3, get ready to destroy all the creatures that bump in the night, or at least the Western ones in Hard West. Now this is another tactical RPG, but this time, instead of being more akin to an XCOM Lite, it's a little bit more Wasteland, if you will. If you've ever played either Wasteland 2 or Wasteland 3, this is a little bit more like that. And again, it's the cowboy aesthetic. There's weird creatures going around. You get to complete side quests. You get to go ahead and explore this weird Western world. And you already know there's gonna be zombies, skeletons, there's gonna be sorcerers, and things like that. Each character that you acquire on your team, they will have their own specific strengths and weaknesses and their own powers and skills. You could definitely go ahead and modify and customize them to a certain degree, getting better weapons. And it really is this really cool Western adventure that does not get brought up enough. And in terms of content, yes, this is a little bit smaller than a Phantom Doctrine or a Thief Simulator, but still, you can finish the story at around 20 hours and even get a little bit more content with unlockables at the end with post-game content as well. And there's even a little bit of DLC that you could go ahead and interact with as well. Hard West at number 3 for $2 and 20 hours is a great buy, and definitely something I recommend, because guess what? Hard West 2 is on the way, slated to come out in 2022. At number 2, get your indie pixel-like Indiana Jones on with Pathway. This is a combination of a boatload of things that I absolutely adore. There's a little bit of dungeon crawling, there's a little bit of mysteries to solve, there's a little bit of roguelike elements, not a little bit, it's complete roguelike, but the pixel graphics along with the gameplay, along with the fact that there's different characters to play as, there's different equipment to acquire, there's different ways to play the game, and there's like a boatload of content here, because you could actually participate in around 5 different campaigns, all with their own difficulty. At least 5 went last time I played it. But it is super interesting. Like I said, you get to go down into these crypts and figure out like what's the mystery, what is this kind, what's going on here. And each and every single campaign has their own mysteries, their own unlockables, and like I said, a crap ton of content. $2 for around 20 hours is incredible. And like I said, if you like the Indiana Jones kind of mystery solving or dungeon diving or dungeon crawler aspect of it, along with a little bit of Fire Emblem gameplay, and each and every character has their own little kit with weapons that you can swap out, and just secrets to find throughout the whole entire world and the big map, along with roguelike elements. Bro, if you like roguelikes, like let's say a Slay the Spire or games like that, Griftlands or Gordian Quest, games like that, which those are deck building, those last 3, but kind of like that, go ahead and check out. I promise you, Pathway is a bargain at $2. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. Pathway at number 2. Prepare to get your psychology tested, your mind, with this bad boy right here. This War of Mine, an indie darling, beloved by a lot of people, around a 94 or 95 positive rating on Steam. It is a dark, gruesome adventure about a group of individuals trying to survive the apocalypse, or a war. Basically, it's a little post-apocalyptic, but really it's an actual war going on in their country, and it is dark. There's decision making, there's choice and consequence, there's also a little bit of RPG elements. The DLC in this game is absolutely great. If I'm not mistaken, there's a whole season pass and it brings different episodes, but it also has very strong DLC like the little ones and things of that nature. Like it is so dark but so impactful, so great, and at a $2 asking point, it is almost a must buy for anybody who considers them a fan of indies. It is dark. Everything from the graphical nature to the soundtrack, everything is dark. It fits the tone perfectly. If you're a fan of The Last of Us, imagine this being a darker Last of Us with a budget, right? Like we can't go that far, but it's this side-scrolling adventure with choice and consequence and having to deal with individuals either bringing in people or not allowing them, like it's some very dark stuff. Like in the middle of a war or an apocalypse, these are the types of decisions that you got to make, right? And it is just very impactful. It is one of my favorite indie games of all time. I'm working on the review right now, but again, the DLC has really got me. Like, it's one of those. Very few mediums let me know, hey, it's a little hard to continue to play this because it actually bothers you, right? Like, it actually, like, experiencing these things kind of bother you, but that means that the game is impactful and it actually resonates with you to a certain degree. And this is one of those games. This War of Mine, the complete edition for $2 will get you around, if you want to complete it, you could probably get around maybe 40 to 50 hours worth of gameplay. The story itself, the main story, will get you around, I would say 10 hours or so. It's probably the least content filled out of all the games that I mentioned, but still, with those DLC, you could definitely get around 30 hours worth of gameplay easy out of This War of Mine. This War of Mine is my number one. And that has been this week's episode of Bargain Jargon. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And please share the video, by the way, because that definitely helps get it around. If you want other people to save money, definitely check out more of my list. I will be producing more of these because sadly I just be completely forgetting that I even have these in the tuck. But anyways, guys, if you guys want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, please use the Amazon link or the Epic creator code down in the description below. You could also follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Links are down in the description below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting me there. $1 a day keeps the landlord away. I'm your host, Mike Fury. It's been a complete pleasure. Until next time, Mike.